All right, hey y'all, welcome in to Groove Soul FM. Y'all already know if you've been here with me, welcome back. If you're new, hey, welcome in, welcome in. We're gonna do a nice quick, y'all know I'm on here just throwing spaghetti at the wall and I'm playing, with putting things up on the channel. And as you can see, baby girl has a new angle. Excuse me, baby girl has some blur in the back. I was telling my friend, we had to drop a couple little low budget looking videos to get the shit out the way, but we're playing with some new things. So I appreciate y'all being here for all the iterations of my channel. Today we keeping it light. I am definitely excited for the videos that I have in the pipeline and things I want to share and talk about with y'all. But today I'm just going to be sharing four, maybe I'll do a couple extra, we'll see, but four songs that have popped up on my shuffle this week. So a lot of times I try to make sure that I make a lot of space for not listening to new music or not being obsessed with discovering new music. And I actually might just make a video specifically talking about that. But I try to make sure that I go back into my larger catalog of songs, thousands of songs, and just put it on shuffle and listen, like really just be surprised by what comes up, what I get to rediscover. So I'll do that. So this week I put my large ass catalog on shuffle, and there were four songs that I just kind of like stuck to and was like, I want to share this with the people. So that's what we're going to do today. And I got my little notes over here. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. But the first song that popped up on the shuffle is Patience in Play by Oddisee. Are any other Oddisee fans out there? I first became privy to Oddisee back in 2006, okay? I was a freshman going into junior year at Howard University, HU, and somebody was playing his what is the album called? Foot in the Door. That was mixed by Jazzy Jeff. And I remember hearing this song proper. It go yeah, I'm proper. Yo, that was my shit. And that's when I first latched onto Odyssey. He's from DC, so it felt good like to become aware of artists that were in the city that I lived in while I was going to school. This came off of his The Beauty in All project, which if you hasn't listened to that, that's probably my favorite. So we know Odyssey as a rapper, right? But Odyssey is an incredible producer, and a lot of the work that I love from him was actually his projects where he wasn't rapping and it was just a show of his production skills. Immaculate. And The Beauty in All was one of my favorite projects from him. There's so much. I find myself listening to that project when I'm taking long walks, right? And so I feel like that's what this song inspires. Like I want to walk or I want to create or I want to be in wonder about some shit. That's what this song reminds me of. So definitely go listen to this song, but tap into the whole project, The Beauty and All from Odyssey. Okay. The second song is so fun. So the song is 7779311. We'll talk about the origin, but the version that I'm talking about was released in 2019. And it's by Thurz and Iman Omari. If y'all, some of y'all have been around since like the 2019, 2020 time, y'all know I love Iman Omari, one of my favorite producers of all time. He has a sound that is unforgettable and it is so unique. It's groovy, it's vibey, it's Iman Omari, period. And when you hear it, you'll know the sound that I'm talking about because it's just so unique to Iman. I don't know. I feel like I need to do a separate video going in on Iman Omari because wow. But Thurs, this is actually like from his project. And yeah, I think this came out in 2019. I'll say in that 2020 time, in that COVID time where we were just in the house and trying to latch on to some sense of comfort, I found a lot of comfort in Iman Omari's lives on Instagram. He would play music, he would just get on there and talk. He would have his friends who are also artists that I love. That's really how I became privy to Thurz and really started to dive into his catalog. That's where I found out that Thurz is from Belize. He went on there with Cavalier a couple of times, who was also an artist that I really enjoy. And so I don't know, I went into this world of Iman Omari and the artists that he collaborated with, and Thurz was one of the folks, one of the artists that I really like clung to. Really, he's a lyricist. He has a whole platform that he's been building called Party in My Living Room. I think they're at Coachella right now. Definitely tap into Thurz, right? He's so California. He's so Southern California, but he is a lyricist, period. And when I think about what I love and what I've always loved in rap is lyricists. Like people who are actually writing, they're writing their rhymes and they're very intentional about what they're writing and honing their skills. And I just feel like Thurs is there. But this song was just fun. It was vibey. Also, we know 7779311. We know the original is By the Time, okay? Um, I think that song came out in 1982. And I have to just, educate if you don't know. Okay, The Time is a group from, yes, Minnesota. Okay. Minneapolis specifically. Y'all know I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota, but Minneapolis, it's the Twin Cities. It's still home. But The Time originally did the song 7779311. So when I remember seeing this song from Thurz and Iman Omari, I'm like, what they know about this? Like, I thought it was dope. And I always have to pay homage to the music that comes from my hometown. I mean, that song By the Time is one of their most popular, the one that most people know. So I love that ode that Iman Omari and Thurs paid to that. 7779311. You'll hear it when you play it, okay? So the third song is called Roller Skates by Nick Hakim. I love Nick Hakim, okay? One of my favorite artists of all time. He's just this mysterious, haunting, like I always use this term, behind the veil kind of artist. Like we don't know what he's gonna put out, but we know it's gonna sound unique and different and a little weird. And I love that. Like I live in that world. But this song came out, I think, in 2017, and it was off his Green Twins album, which technically was his debut album. I became aware of Nick Hakim around 2014 when he had his two EPs. Is it Where Will We Go? Volume 1 and 2. Love those down, as the kids are saying. Love those down. But this Green Twins album was even more experimental, a little bit more like lusty and psychedelic-y and even more behind the veil-y and a little sexy in a lot of ways. And I feel like it kind of pushed forward that like sound identity in a lot of ways of Nick Hakim. And so Roller Skates is one of my favorite songs on here. You definitely want to go listen and just catch that vibe. I'm curious, like just when you go listen, let me know in the comments how you feel about it because it's a little different. Nick Hakim is a little bit of a genre bender, but that's also why I love him. So definitely tap into Roller Skates by Nick Hakim. The last song is called Be On My Side by my namesake, Melanie Charles. And I will be honest in saying that I haven't really dove into Melanie Charles's catalog, but there are just a couple of songs by her that I love. And this is one. And I found this back in 2017. What I love about this song is she sounds like a vocalist, and the sound and the feel and the instrumentation, everything sounds like a song from like the Motown days of the 1960s. The beautiful thing is she actually is sampling a song from the late 60s, early 70s. So it's actually a live version of Down by the River by Buddy Miles. Now, Down by the River, the original song is a Neil Young song, but I like Buddy Miles' live version. So she actually samples that. And if you don't know, Buddy Miles was the drummer in Jimi Hendrix band, Band of Gypsies. So he went off and did his own solo thing, and he did a live version of the song Down by the River, and that is who Melanie Charles samples. It's good. Listen to both songs. Listen to Buddy Miles Down by the River live version, and then Melanie Charles Be on My Side. But like I was saying, I love how she pulled this sound of obviously being a modern artist, but it almost sounded like she created her own live rendition of this song, and it also sounds like she's in the studio in the 60s. You just have to listen. It's a feeling, and I think that's what made me fall in love with this song and also be curious about her as an artist, even though I still haven't really tapped into her catalog, but we're not going to talk about that. But yeah, definitely tap into that one by Melanie Charles. I think just because y'all came here and watched the longer form of this video, I'm going to share just a couple of other songs with you. So, one of the songs that came up on my shuffle that I forgot how much I loved and how much I used to play out is called Summer Glow by The Dividends, and I think Sam Lau. But The Dividends is kind of like a unknown group, really, that I wouldn't even found this song if it wasn't for me being a huge fan of foreign exchange. They put together, I think this is also in 2017, they put together this compilation album of artists that they felt were up and coming at the time that they liked. The Dividends, this song Summer Glow was on there. It feels so good. It feels like summer. The song feels like summer. It also kind of feels like retro, but I just feel like you need to be in your car if you got a sunroof, or if you can take your top down. This just feels like one of those songs that you play when it's really sunny and it's like a beautiful warm day, it's breezy, and you just feel free, you know? And the last minute and 15 seconds of that song is probably the best part of the song. It's so good. The piano, the kind of like nod to the 90s auto tune feel. I love it. Also, I'm probably going to do a video about the foreign exchange and Fonte and Little Brother because I had a whole era of being a deep fan. I still am, but we'll talk about that. And the last thing I'll share with you before you go, this is just a good ass song that actually a Instagram soulmate of mine put me on. Bnnyhunna is an artist that I know and I enjoy his music. However, I had not heard this song called Waiting for You. Y'all know Mel is always going to have a Afro Caribbean Latin vibe somewhere in the playlist, okay? Somewhere in my repertoire that it's gonna be in there because it's just in my blood. And this gives summertime, moving your hips, dancing with somebody, letting them know that you love them, that you see them, that it feels good to be around them. um this is just one of those tracks that feel really good. So I just throw that out there. I won't go in too much into Bnnyhunna, but definitely play that Waiting for You by Bnnyhunna. And I'll have everyone's name and everything typed out in the description box so you'll know where to go. I'll have a link to where you can go listen to everything. But yeah, I think that's all for today. I hope that y'all listen and that y'all enjoy. Come back to the comments. Let me know what you was feeling, which things you're going to add to your playlist. And of course, we'll spend many other moments in this living room together. But until then, I hope you take care of yourself and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. It's so weird recording when somebody's here. It's like, oh my God, you're going to see all of my fun. No. Definitely check out artists from Southern California. Iman Omari's from SoCo as well. But what? SoCo? What the learned. Yeah. Nah, you good. But he was. You okay? Oh, okay. The third song is Roller Skates by Nick Hakim. I love Nick Hakim. You know what? I'm not even looking at the fucking camera, bro. I'm looking at this fucking thing right here. Yeah, just look at the camera. Okay. And if you don't know, Buddy Miles was the drummer in Jimi Hendrix band. What the band of Gypsy? I keep forgetting.